They told me I was too young. They told me I needed more training.
Huh?
I told them to drop dead. How ironic. I don't know how I survived that fall. Something strange must have happened. My pulse is beating like a drum, but my blood is running cold. I'm not sure what's going on, but I came here with a question. And I'm gonna find the answer if it kills me.
Hello, 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 Rose's Melody here, and I welcome you to another little episode of Mel Plays a Game. You may have realized that this is my current obsession. Can't stop playing it. I should be sleeping more. Can't stop playing it. It's on Steam Early Access, and yes, I splurged and I got the soundtrack too, because it's really good. The music works. I like it. I like video game music, and I love this game. So let me get into, now it's still an alpha, I said it's early access, and it is $15 for just the game. It is really worth it, because even odds are, if you like this kind of thing, you're going to be playing for hours and hours. I certainly have. But yeah, it's alpha, and also I just find this art really cute. Cadence on her laptop. So, you just start off in the lobby. Now, okay. When you first start off in the lobby, you can only really go into these two doors. Actually, where you start off is the tutorial, which you can skip at least. And trust me, I'm a lot better at this game than my missing the beats would indicate.
If I'm gonna survive this, I'll have to remember what Uncle Eli taught me. Every opponent has a predictable pattern, he said. Learn that pattern and you won't suffer so much as a scratch.
That is true. And you see I picked up a key there? Blue keys open blue chests. That one gave us a dagger. There's a green slime. Now you know
the green guy didn't move at all, and this blue one just moves up and then down, so if I attack him from the side, I'll never get hurt.
You see how when I killed that, I started up with a coin multiplier. 1, 2. I didn't get hurt there even though I was in attack range because I killed him with that last attack.
A broadsword, not as sharp as I'm used to, but I bet it can still take out 3 enemies in one shot.
Yes, it can. And the broadsword is actually one of my favorite weapons. Shovel lets you dig.
Looks like those skeletons put their hands in the air when they're about to jump. If I'm in the way when they move, then it's going to hurt.
Yeah, I made a stupid mistake there. Oh well.
That trap is mostly harmless, but Eli warned me of deadlier traps to come.
Yeah, there's a lot of traps actually. There are ones that like mess with your tempo, which I'm actually relatively good at countering. And this is going to drop me right into floor 1, actually. Which is a little better off. I'm a little better off in this floor 1. Oh, right, I need the key. Which is probably there. 9 times out of 10, your blue key is going to be close to the blue chest. Ah, monocle. Monocle, lets me see what's in chests. Or in walls. Excuse me for a moment. Brief sidetrack. And a friend of mine was actually... Oh, dire bat. Oops. There we go. Now I can't get that yet, but I can get this. And one of my friends told me she was having trouble distinguishing the beat in the music. So I'm going to do a little counting really quick. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can actually hear it. I said I'm not usually this bad. but the shop. Also a chest there. But, yeah. There's often a lot... Now, I do want to get a couple things here. Actually, I want to get that and that. And yes, the shopkeeper does sing when you're in rhythm. Well, not when you're in rhythm. It's just at certain points in every song. There's traps in there. I think I'm actually getting close to the end of the song. Yeah, you can see how I have the red bars down there? That means I'm almost to the end of the song. Quickly going to jump to the Shrine of Peace. Oh, I forgot that does that! Crap. That's okay. I'll be okay. Thankfully, the monkeys don't do any damage. They just make it so you can't attack anything else. Yellow scroll, free gold. I'm not doing good, and I'm probably honestly going to kill myself soon anyway. But honestly, in a lot of ways, this game is described as a rhythm roguelike. And yeah, I can see that, but in my mind, and actually most roguelikes do in this for me, they have a lot more in common with puzzle games than anything else in my mind. You heard it in the tutorial. Every enemy has a pattern. If you memorize the pattern, you can get through unharmed. I'm normally a lot better at following the patterns, but I'm trying to talk and follow a rhythm at the same time. And let me tell you, that's not as easy as it seems, and I'm sure it already seems very difficult. That's fine. But yeah, the game has a lot in common with a puzzle game. Now, as you go through levels, I don't know if these bottom ones, I don't think these doors have counterparts yet. I also do kind of feel like the entirety of this room should be visible from starting out. This is the boss master. And I can pay diamonds, basically, to unlock bosses, mini-bosses, to practice against here. At least in this room. Just to give an example, Blue Dragon. Right. No. 2, 1. Yeah, we're gonna find a different boss actually. One I can actually reliably beat while talking.
Hi.
In fact, yeah, mini bosses. Oh, I didn't unlock the Minotaur. Fantastic. You can see where the Banshee is difficult because it has a deafening effect. Let's see if I unlocked any of the full-on bosses. I don't think so because they cost 9 diamonds each. I have other things I would rather spend my money on, like upgrades. Now, it's really interesting actually. So you see how I have these doors, Zone 1, Zone 2, Zone 3, Zone 4? They're the quote-unquote normal mode, but I really wouldn't call them normal. I would call that practice mode. Seriously, I can't spend my... I might as well unlock a mini-boss. Okay. I guess I can show you the Minotaur.
Hello.
Now, when I do this, I unlock this form down here. See? The Minotaur is, once you know its pattern, really simple to beat. But yeah. You'll notice I unlocked the Dark Minotaur. Oh, wrong one. I really wish the stairs would actually just take me directly upstairs to here. But you notice, because I unlocked the Grey Minotaur, it de facto unlocked the regular Minotaur, which is actually really cool. Now over here is the Beastmaster, who will let me practice against any enemy I've already fought. So, to give you one you haven't seen. Chest Mimic. Easy. But yeah, this game, that kind of thing is why I say this game has more in common with a puzzle game than many roguelikes. Actually, most roguelikes even operate very much like a puzzle game. See, and this is why you don't want to end up adjacent to a monkey. You want it to jump next to you. Because of that. Then they can't jump on your face. But yeah, the Zone 1, Zone 2 here that you see here, they're really practice mode. At least according to the game dev. The real mode, hardcore mode, where my lobby upgrades don't work. On the other hand, I'm gonna go back to lobby. On the other hand, even though the lobby upgrades don't work in hardcore mode, I can still gain all my items. In normal mode, I have to unlock them in the lobby, which both makes sense and seems really pointless to me, because if hardcore mode is really the way the game is supposed to be played, though the Zone 1, Zone 2, they give you enough room to practice to make sure that that you can learn the patterns in the context with other enemies. But as hardcore mode is how the game is meant to be played, okay, that makes sense. You know, it's permadeath. And yes, you can tell I already recorded today's daily challenge video. Now there's also a character select, and the only two characters I have right now, I have Cadence, which is haha, joke. Cadence, Melody, you know who I'm gonna play, and Aria. Though, yeah. Aria has been on, as it says here, the only two that are really currently in are Aria and Bolt of the unlockables. Aria, one hit will kill her. She has half a heart. Period. I don't think it can be upgraded. And she's permanently on the dagger. Bolt, everything moves at double speed except the music. Ugh. And the Bard, I'll demonstrate how this works, but the Bard completely loses the point of the game for me. Because you can see, I can jump freely. which it's just sort of like, eh? I failed to see much of a point in playing this game without the rhythm aspect. Which, if I know there are people who have no rhythm, who would really enjoy playing this game without having to cope with the rhythm. But I don't know, it just... Granted, the music in the game is still awesome, but there just seems to be very little point in me playing it without having the music going properly. Now, I'm gonna just go back to the main menu. Oops, not the lobby. And I'm gonna go back to Cadence. And I've actually been seeing there's been a lot of complaints on the forums. When I say a lot, I mean like 5 or 6, about how even in the lobby you have to work on the beats. And okay, I can see where that'd be really annoying, but it does help reinforce the whole, you know, move to the beat, deliver a beatdown to the beat. Now, I want to show you one more feature that's actually really, really cool in this game. If I go to the custom music, let's see, what do I want here? I've already put this in my custom music folder, some stuff in my custom music folder, so I want that one. It processes the track. There we go, we have that one. And I'm going to grab one more just in case I get down that far. Well, I'll grab 2 more. Now, the Super Smash Land hidden tracks, those are free. I had to pay money for the Tower of Heaven track. But this guy's really good, and his music seems to work pretty well for this game. And I don't anticipate even getting to 1-3, so... Now, here's a problem I do have with the interface, I do have to say. You notice how when I'm in the menu, I can't see the previous or default dialogues because I have such long track names here. Would like to see that altered, but I put in music there, so if I top into Zone 1... 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. This one I actually have to concentrate a bit harder on. I've never actually played with this track before. Okay, now this is the Shrine of Blood. Throughout the game, there are various shrines. The Shrine of Blood drops me to half a heart, but gives me a blood weapon. Every 10 enemies I kill with a blood weapon, I get half a heart back. So for a little bit, I'm going to have to play very tactically. Or... At least I at least want to get 3 more coins. And I specifically picked this song because it had... No. I specifically picked this song because it was like 4 minutes long. I'm gonna buy that cheese and heal though, because I don't like wandering around with half a heart. At least I'm getting a little better at the key combos. But honestly, I love this feature. I love the fact that I can put my own music. I'm also running out of music. And down. Ring of Charisma lowers the amount of money I have to spend in shops. Don't remember by how much, but I still don't want to buy that chest because I actually really like this weapon. Do not like the whip. I do not like whip weapons. They're not bad, but they're very awkward. I'll go with the gold ring. More money's always good. Yeah. Wow. Okay, this is actually a lot slower than the previous ones I was using. But yeah, the fact that I can put my own music in the game is amazing, even just for longevity's sake. Because after a while, you might eventually get tired of hearing the same old music. But you can tell, anytime you throw a new song into the game, like, the songs in this game were specifically built for delivering the beatdown. Which is, and again, that's part of why playing the bard just doesn't appeal to me personally, though there are people who really enjoy playing him. And if you have trouble finding the beat in the music, like, I've been doing music for years. I was in choirs for most of my middle school and high school and college career. So, I'm very good at finding beat. Not while I'm talking, but I'm very good at finding a beat. And also, that's why I tend to be quiet. As you can tell, as you can see from my performance here, that's why I tend to be a little more quiet during the daily challenges, because, again, this is kind of a puzzle game. If you figure out how the opponent is going to move, you can escape unharmed. Every enemy, I think almost every enemy has tell. But in many cases, the easiest way to stay safe, let me just grab the bat because the bats... Yeah, the easiest way to stay safe is to not walk up next to an enemy. Like the bats, actually, I don't know their tell. But I know if I let them come up to me, also, you'd be an idiot to do this in an actual dungeon. To just stand there and wait. But pretty much every enemy has some sort of tell to when they're going to act. Even the dragons do. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this. I can't show this off, unfortunately. I don't have any dance pads anymore. And also I have a bad foot anyway, so it would probably end painfully for me. But basically what dance pad mode does, you get some free upgrades. And you'll face fewer enemies. Because basically what it does, it accounts for the added difficulty of actually using a dance pad, but as you can tell, you don't actually need a dance pad to play the game. But honestly, playing this mode feels kind of like cheating to me. At least as I don't have a dance pad. So I'm gonna hop back to the lobby. And if I were competent enough while talking to get to the end of Zone 1, I'll eventually get there and you'll eventually see some of the bosses. The bosses are actually pretty difficult to me. Because I don't get to them all the time. In fact, most of the time I die before I get there. So, on the other hand, I finally did beat Zone 1 on my laptop, which has me feeling awesome. So, yeah. Here's what I have to say. If you can afford this game, get the game. It is really, really good. And I really want to see this dev, Brace Yourself Games, I really want to see them make more stuff like this. I want to see the features they're going to be adding. I've been hyped for this since the early teaser footage. The quickest way to get me interested in a game is to have a somewhat weird but really interesting mechanic. And if that mechanic involves music or rhythm or voice in any way, I'm going to go into it with an open and very favorable mind. But everything is just so solid in this game. Like, get the game if you can. I really want to see more people love this game. And on that note, I'm probably going to go... Well, actually, I'm going to edit this video, and then I'm going to play it for several more hours. Or play Golden Sun, because I have no backlog on that. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you guys next time, alright?